charging first-degree intentional homicide of Beth Potter. We, the jury, find the defendant, Khari-Sanford, guilty.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The jury in the homicide trial of Khari-Sanford finds the 21-year-old guilty on both counts of first-degree murder in the shooting deaths of Dr. Beth Potter and Robin Khari, her husband. Sanford was facing 2 counts of first-degree homicide. The couple's bodies were discovered in the UW Arboretum in 2020.
The jury received the case about 5 this evening. Took them about 3 hours to hand down their ruling guilty on all counts. Our Brad Hamilton was in the courtroom when the verdict was read and joins us now live. Brad?
Yeah, it can't be said enough. I mean, when you're in the courtroom and you hear guilty on 2 charges, as Khari-Sanford heard today, you might expect some reaction, but really, Sanford had no reaction from what we could tell from behind the window. Now, the courtroom also remained really quiet as the judge read through this verdict. The jury, made up of 10 men and 2 women that all appeared to be white, found that Sanford was indeed the person to shoot and kill Dr. Beth Potter and her husband, Robin Khari. Outside the courtroom, we witnessed families of the victims sharing hugs and tears together, now knowing who killed their loved ones. The district attorney shared with us in an interview earlier that he thought it was a just verdict. Again, we don't have that sound right now as we just got that interview in earlier before the 10 o'clock started, but we are going to get that as soon as we can. Now, we do not know a date for sentencing just yet. It's still being determined according to the DA. But tonight, again, we found the conclusion to this very tragic and sad story.
Brad Hamilton live in downtown Madison. Brad, thank you. Now, this has been a high-profile case we have followed closely, of course, for the past week. The trial started just 6 days ago. All last week, we heard testimony from several witnesses, including the suspect's ex-girlfriend, the daughter of the victims in this case. Sanford's alleged accomplice also testified against him. That was part of a plea agreement that he reached with prosecutors. And now the trial is done. The defense today did not call any witnesses at all, and Sanford himself decided not to take the stand. And tonight, after about 3 hours of deliberation, the jury handing down that guilty verdict on both counts. As for sentencing date, as Brad mentioned, it has not yet been set. And per state law, first-degree intentional homicide carries a mandatory life sentence, but the question is whether parole will ever be a possibility for Khari-Sanford. And we will have continuing coverage on News 3 Now and always online at channel3000.com.